your mind, it's okay. Off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làwọn tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary, lórí Facebook.
Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live. And yes, we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. And from wherever you're watching from, share the broadcast. Tell them Maiyegun is live. I want to talk like a gentleman tonight because I want to win some souls tonight. And you will be my preferred audience. So if you happen to stumble on this video, you are about to possibly begin to reason why is it really important that people should be having the conversation around the breakup of Nigeria. Why is it that many people who are actually the victims of a rigged, destroyed and ruined Nigeria are mostly those who are defending, somehow, one way or the other, defending the continued existence of Nigeria. So this video, this broadcast is likely going to bring you back to line. Remember the emphasis, likely, because it is a continued effort to make you see reasons why, when everyone agrees that, yes, everything is wrong, don't try to mend what people have been killed for and still never got fixed. You can create the better things out of that when you indeed understand the problem. Sometimes people understand the problem, but when they when they arrive at a spot of, oh, could that be the solution? They pull back. You know, they pull back. They feel like, that's extreme. If we're asking to break up, then it's going to be probably war. I hope I'll be able to convince you to begin to reason tonight. So take every word that come out of my mouth on the program tonight as a word of advice and a word of a brother who possibly need you. I need you. We need ourselves. Nigeria is in a very, very bad place as we speak. And then those who brought us to this level, those who brought this the country to this sorry situation, they have run out of ideas. Meanwhile, they have also groomed people like them who are more vicious than them to continue the charade called One Nigeria, the one that is never won. I keep telling people that only if people actually pay attention, right? If they pay attention, if everybody pay attention, you realize that there is no section or any part of Nigeria that is not facing the marginalization that could lead everybody to stage an uprising, a serious revolution to take your lives back from the criminals who brought you to this level. But they have done so much damages, including destroying what could have been a bit of a help, piece of history to expose these criminals parading themselves as heroes for decades. So they kept people undereducated, miseducated, and in most cases, misinformed to drive just one message, to drive just one agenda, one Nigeria. It's the one that keeps everybody in the contraption where they know they are actually living in hell, but they never have any unison of purpose to demand for why and demand for an end to this. So the effort we are making, mostly on platforms like this, is to let people decide. Let people begin to know that they have that power if they have the number, because they do have the number. Nigeria is in a very, very bad place, and it has affected millions and millions of our brethren from all across every nationality in that country, be it Yoruba or Hausa, wherever you come from. But there is a unity or a unison of purpose among those who call themselves the ruling class. Sometimes they love to call themselves the ruling class. They don't rule, they ruin. They destroy the generations past, present, and the future that are yet unborn. But they are united in this carnage, in this destruction, from the north to the south. Let's break it down. From the northwest to the southwest. From the north central to the southeast. From the northeast to south, as they call it, the Niger Delta. Everywhere where they have these representatives, those who pose as government, I'm talking about from your local government, they have this unity of purpose to act same way, and they are getting the same result, the result of poverty. The most impoverished people in the whole world. Whenever you read those data, the data of the highest number of poor people in the whole world, Nigeria. The third most terrorized people in the whole world, Nigerians. The poverty capital of the world, Nigeria. And all these data, and the recent one, the country with the most unemployed people in the whole world, Nigeria. When you read all these data, don't just read them and lament. These data represent human beings who are either under the trauma, economic trauma, You see, the poverty in Nigeria doesn't recognize you, whether you are a Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani or Igbo or what have you. They destroyed the economy that could ordinarily cater for you without you having to care who is in government and who is not in government. Now, those who brought about this ruin are still there, telling you and me that we have no idea of what we are talking about when we talk about a national conversation where people will be involved and let them decide what type of country they want to have and if they want to be part of Nigeria or not. Let's go back to data. You living in Nigeria or living outside Nigeria, there are monumental ways that Nigeria has affected you, and there are many other ways that they have made you to sort of adjust to those changes for decades. Let us take education for a start. Intentionally, deliberately, they underfunded education in Nigeria. Not because there will be no resources or money to do it, but because educating Nigerians with that kind of population will make it so difficult, if not impossible, for these criminals to ride on you again and again using the same line of we will fight corruption, we will fight poverty, we will build the roads and this and that. You cannot have educated citizens with right education condoning that repeatedly, where soldiers with guns will take over government, riffraffs, illiterate criminals, thugs will take over government and they will make policies for millions of people and everybody will have to comply. You can only succeed in doing that by destroying education and promoting what is called fear, addressing the fear of the people. Only educated mind challenge their fear. If you are not educated or you are miseducated or poorly educated, there is no way you will not be having conflicts of making decisions, rational decisions, even when those things are affecting you directly or indirectly, because you are misinformed, miseducated. You only carry paper certificates that lack substance, that lack critical, logical reasoning in all true essence of it, because you have been miseducated. There is a fear there that says with your education, if you see those who lead you, you must bow or you will lose every right of yours and nobody. You see? And they raised us in this manner in millions. And when you have an army of miseducated population, then you have an army of a completely rudderless, directionless country. And this is why I said it is deliberate. When they brought about, let's use this recent history to bring ourselves up close, because many of you were given birth, who came to become Nigerians from 1999, especially these young ones, 1999 to 2021. That is pretty much around 21 years, so to 22 years of democracy. So let's say you are 22 years old. That means you've never known anything else apart from what you were born into. Okay? So these guys came in and they gave a system that people thought they fought for: democracy, the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, whereby the people is the bedrock of a new government, a new society that you are expected to build. But it was a fraud. People didn't give a constitution. There wasn't any referendum that brought you together to say, yes, now we are going for a democracy. And this will be the people's constitution. People from every part of Nigeria, every nationality in Nigeria. Nigeria is not one country. Nigeria is many countries. And that is why they say there is no one Nigeria, but there are many Nigerias. And inside these Nigerias, you have all these nationalities in their millions. They were never consulted. But like I told you, those who portrayed themselves or presented themselves as representatives of these nationalities politically, religiously, traditionally, they agreed to a system they had no clue about, as long as it's going to guarantee them some level of security. And when I say security, financial security. The one that will let them take whatever they want, whenever they want, and nobody should ask them why and for what. And a system that will eventually, clear them, even if they were caught stealing from you. Since all these terms and conditions were met, they didn't have to they didn't have to take it to their people and ask them, Yorubas, do you support this type of constitution that says we are one Nigeria? They didn't do it. There was nothing. The military, with the power of guns, then put together a caricature political structure populated by criminals that came from every nationality. This was the genesis. If you are 22 years old and you don't understand why Nigeria is not working, why the people in charge of Nigeria today are being so hell-bent and so distant from what you think you deserve to live a modern life of 21st century, like your peers in other part of the world. You are young. I'm talking to you now. And let those who are older than you be following me, because they know what I'm telling you about. This was the foundation. It was a foundation that was so faulty. A foundation that said every resources in Nigeria belong to every resources from every part of Nigeria belong to Nigeria. Every money generated from every part of Nigeria, as some percentage, goes to Nigeria. And there was no clarity of what is everybody bringing in as contribution for that one Nigeria, because they said whatever they put together as a national resources will be used to develop the Igbo land, to develop Yoruba land, to develop the Joko land, the TV land, to develop the Ijo land, and make everybody great and feel among. Remember, you were not part of that condition, but they were telling you what it will be. They sold you a lie. They sold your parents lies. In order to validate the lies, they planned everything. In order to validate the lies, they needed people from every section of every part that speak your language, that worship the same God like you, that they pray like you, that they look like you, and they can actually act like you, and they appear like the embodiment of you. You can trust them. So this was how they sold the lie of a democracy that was never equal, of never equity, or that was never of equity, justice, or fairness. But they hid something in it that made it sellable to those who thought they were educated. Federal character. What is federal character? Federal character means in everything they now do at that center, since the money is coming from everywhere, as they said, right? Since the money is coming from everywhere, so whatever they now do at that center, they have to make sure that every part of everywhere is represented in this your democracy. Wow, then that's good. So everybody will be involved. It will not be just one person making order. Federal character. But in that same trashy booklet called Constitution, the foundation of all of these problems, they now gave like 98% of the supreme power to one person, whoever sits there as your president. It doesn't matter how he got there. Meanwhile, underneath, they have a plan. They have a structure on how to make person become your president. It doesn't matter where that person come from. But they need your help. And the way they could get your help was to use the local champions from every part, people that speak your language, people that understand your problem, people that knows your dreams, and they have managed to tap into those dreams and picture them and give those dreams lives to sell you the fake one Nigeria because they need your validation. Some people said, why are they paying for your votes? If votes don't count, you are not paying attention. They have everything structured. They know that you have to register to vote before you can vote. Abi? Then they also know that you have to have a voter's card before you can vote. That's two. You also have to be able to have a polling unit where you vote, where you register to vote before you can vote. That's number three. You also have to find your name on the ballots, on the voters register before you can vote. Then they introduce something later, fingerprint. You have to find your fingerprint to prove that your identity on your voter's card is you. All of that sounded so good on paper. You will be ready. You think you are educated enough. You can elect educated people, blah, 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 other things, okay, with other factors. But that looks good. But it is not. The same people who put that together, they are also the same people who can create fake, listen to this, who will create fake polling units, ghost voters, and they will vote on election day, and their vote will count. Now, they are the same people who will also make sure that their voters, the card reader, will never read your finger. And they are the same people that will make sure that every network that should normally monitor your election, they will never work for that period, okay? They are the same people that will produce a mass underage voters card for children in northern Nigeria. They will vote and their vote will count. All these structures are also there, even though you think registering to vote is all it takes. Then when you now voted and you realize that it no count, and you are like, this is fraud, you want to fight it, then you see other people who collected 1,000 naira, who collected 500 naira, who collected ordinary wrapper, who collected Congo of Gari, who collected liquid wash. Some collected grinding machine. Some collected a plastic bowl. They are in their millions too. Those are the people they put together to counter you, who want to tell them that they rigged you out. Okay, this one says they didn't rig you out, they voted. You are afraid, you are angry. Go to court. This same constitution put a structure in place that normally should let every section have judges represent them in that place. But the judges are not representing you. Do you know the modus of selecting them? Do you know the politics behind selecting justices in your court, just like every other part of the world? But the darkest part of your own country is that these your judges, they know that they can go against something. But whenever they do that, they know the consequences. I won't go into that. But these same people, they have put layers of those stumbling blocks right there to stop you or frustrate you until you understand Nigeria. Then you will either end up complying and joining them to further ruin the system, or you give up entirely and turn to motivational speakers. People will be telling people to aspire, to perspire. You know the economy is ruined. You tell them to acquire, to maguire, and then to acquire, and then to perspire. All of that stuff, like Oshumbade. Now, when you pay attention to these steps, then you will be like, okay, how can we change it? Then that's you coming back. I will come back to how do we change it, so that maybe your vote can count. You want your vote to count, Abi? I'll tell you. And you will probably reason with me. Now, because this same structure put together, put a lot of stumbling blocks, because they know you are going to react. You are not animals. Everybody cannot be forced to remain slaves forever. That's why you are seeing all these reactions everywhere. Are you with me? That's why everybody is reacting. Now, this structure of federal character that should have covered the gap of them not consulting you, or consulting anybody before they give you this democracy and 1999 constitution. So that power they gave to that one man, the base for it is that whoever sits there must continue the culture of inequality, the culture of injustice, the culture of unfairness, which is exactly what is dividing Nigeria. They know it because in division, they are powerful. When people realize their own power and they are united, then the end will come to those who brought you to this level. Why should Nigeria break? Why should Nigeria not break? Now let's go detail into how you are a victim. Whether you have small money now, whether you have small change, you can pay your rent, you can pay your children's school fees, you can even go abroad to Dubai, to London, to Canada, to everywhere for small holiday. You have businesses in Nigeria as tough as it is, God, they do them. But in your mind, in your own church mind, you are beginning to put alternative in place. You are beginning to put your plan B in place. You know that everything you have right there, blood of Jesus alone will not save it. You know it in your own church mind. Why? Because those who brought this whole calamity upon the people, they are still there. You are as powerless as that poor man that can no longer pay his house rent, that is not being paid his salaries, that can no longer pay for his medicals. You are not different from him, but somehow something tells you that you can still hold on. But if Kasala finally bursts, you would escape. You know I'm talking to you because you are there in Nigeria. You know it. But here is the wonder that everybody who is a victim should pay attention to. The poverty they are talking about, back in the days, people would be like fighting over, we are poor, we are better than you. Yes, no matter how poor the Yorubas are, they will never be like these people. No matter how poor the Igbos are, this will not be that. But if you look at the data now, economically, with what they have done, with how they structure Nigeria, like I wanted to say earlier, right? Your resources will still continue to be taken from you where you have no say. The inequality of what is everybody's contribution into that purse, and then what is everybody's contribution into those who sit around and actually oversee how they manage that purse, so that the development they promise the Igbos, they will give it to them without conditions. The development they promise the Yorubas, they will give it to us without conditions. Because by rights, we should never be given any condition before anything we want is given to us. But you know that is not how Nigeria works. You will see some people bragging, telling you that if the Igbos want to be president, then they have to work for it. And you ask, how do they work for it? How should they work for it? That the Fulanis, who have been in the position of leadership of Nigeria for over 47 years of Nigeria's 63 years existence, what did they contribute that an average Igbo man or woman hasn't contributed economically, politically, or what have you? But it is because Nigeria is structured on an inequality basis. And this inequality, this difference, is what makes these criminals powerful, like I said. How do you address it? You have more young people who are graduates now from Southern Nigeria. The Southern Nigeria contributes, the Southern Nigeria in general contributes over 80% of the entire revenue that make up the federal government of Nigeria of today. 80% of everything. From the crude oil that they were making a lot of money from back then, to every other taxable tax they are collecting from every southern Nigeria, the companies that are, the business that are paying taxes on record to the government of Nigeria today, 80% of them are domiciled in southern Nigeria. As they are paying federal taxes, they are paying local and state taxes to different government organizations. But you know what? As the southern Nigeria contribute this massive amount of resources to the federal government of Nigeria, today, they take just a fraction of just about 15% of that money. Imagine, let me break it down in a layman understanding. This is the inequality I'm talking about, okay? So, imagine you in a purse where everybody have to bring what they have so that we put the money in a jar, all right? And you are contributing, okay, let's say we put together a total of $1,000 or 1,000 pounds sterling, right? And out of, let's say, 2 or 3 people who put this money together, a section, just one section of that group contributed 900 pounds sterling in the entire, in the entire pot. So when you put all that money there, you put 900 there. Other people put just 100. That's 1,000. And it is time to share. And when they begin to cut it, they give back to you that contributed 90% of the money. They give back to you just 15%. And they said, remember, we have other poor areas that need to this money. They don't have anything to give. But in order for us as one country to develop together, we need to give them this. And you take 15%. From this 15%, you have to go back and build schools. You have to go back and build hospitals, build roads. You have to go back and provide jobs, environment that creates jobs. You also have to go back and provide security. And in this 15%, the people, the children, they have to get educated. They have to get vaccinated. The elderly, the pensioners, they have to be paid. All of this on this 15%. And unfortunately, since it is just 15%, they also have this smaller money they make. Oh, I'm not making it like a federal money, ought to say. However, there's a particular part of this money that actually get me really, really worried. That the reason why they miseducated the people, the reason why that if you talk about referendum today, they will say you are calling for war. It is because they intentionally miseducated the people, right? Is that there is something called the 2% education tax fund in Nigeria. Federal government of Nigeria collect this money. That money is like every company in Nigeria who have registered with the CAC. Every year, they have to pay 2% of their annual profits before tax. They have to pay 2% to the federal government of Nigeria so that they can use the money to fund education. So in one of the years that we monitored, it was the year 2018, they collected this 2%. They collected over 600 billion naira as tax, 2% from these companies. Now, cut that 600 billion naira by 90%. That means about 480 to 500 billion of that money came from the southern Nigeria. And guess what? Go to our schools. Go and see when they say they don't pay lecturers, they don't pay doctors. We suffer this most, but we pretend that we are still better off because if you go to northern Nigeria, it's even worse. So we should be thankful that they are still pretty much doing a little. This is what they told us to engage in. At the end of the day, 22 years after, we have only shunned out unemployable, miseducated, uneducated graduates. People who were told that they should just get jobs. They should just get educated. Once they are educated, they will get jobs. They can't really create job. How do you create job in a country that spent over $30 billion trying to generate electricity. But for 30 years, the only thing they generated is darkness. How do you tell a generation to become creative in darkness? But yeah, Nigeria is where people expect you. They expect their government too. Politicians do tell them they can turn stone into bread. All you need is just faith. You need faith, a very, very strong faith. And let me tell you this, there are millions of faithfuls who believe that miracle can change anything, including injustice. Prayers don't change injustice. Actions that put an end to an injustice. You see, the injustice they've done to you is this. As they are shunning out policies that continue to make it difficult to have a conversation, a people-inclusive conversation, let people decide. Why are they afraid that they have created a system that will continue to create unemployable graduates? You see them everywhere. I don't have a job. And they also manage to also create alternative for them. Social media vuvuzela, political activist, political machinery, and so many other things they use them for. Since they are so docile and the country continue to shun them out, those who couldn't really be so sophisticated or refined like that, they pick up guns. They can't speak grammars. But what I'm telling you is this. The people who created this country, the people who have brought you to this level, are the same people telling you it is wrong to demand for the breakup. They are telling you it is wrong to demand for a revolution. They are telling you it is wrong for you to demand for anything they are not giving to you. They are asking you to prepare for 2023. Wow. Let me tell you this. Millions are already in the train. They are already on the train to the 2023. You know why? Because their politicians told them so. They are going to register to vote. I just told you. You are swimming against the tide. As a young person, every time you go out there and you see those who are demanding for Biafra, those who are demanding for Oduduwa Republic, those who are demanding for Niger Delta Republic, those who are demanding for Kwara Rafa Republic in the Middle Belt, and every republic that is going to emerge, this is your future we are talking about. If you play along and you join the bandwagon of those who are telling you, if you register to vote, if a lot of you register to vote, you can change the situation. Some are already telling you, just register to vote and join PDP, join APC. You are just playing to their book. You are playing to their book. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that you all realize now, at least many of you have realized that there is problem, there is fire on the mountain. Even the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, the Buharidens, the Buhari didenis, they know there is a problem. They know, but part of the problem that is on the top of their own problem is that all of you don't like Buhari because Buhari has brought poverty. He has brought he has brought a destruction. He has brought ruins. He has brought terrorism. He has escalated the already cracked war of all the nationalities in Nigeria. He has broken up all trust, right? And because of that, that has earned you the right not to like him. The Buhari idiots know, but they also know there is a problem. Today, a ruined country led by those ruiners, they have succeeded in bringing us to say, yeah, it's going to be an Armageddon. But if you play to their book, the book of 2023, if you get to 2023, you can kick them out. There is nothing they are going to tell you now that they didn't tell you in 2015. Let me tell you something. There is nothing they want to tell you now. Okay? And if you believe them that you are going to go and register to vote, no behind go print your voter's card. How do you think Bukwari came by 97% versus 5%, which doesn't even make any sense anyway? It doesn't make any
What you call a mathematical sense? It doesn't make any sense. 97%, you are talking about 100%, yeah, of an election. And then it said 97% versus 7%. I mean, versus 5%. That's 102%. That's more. That is the mentality of fraudulent people, right? Which doesn't make any sense. But look at it today. Look around you. He knew that they will only allow 5% of you to vote. So if you are preparing for another one, it means you are not paying attention. The way they structured it, they can even make you feel like PDP will save you. Some people will become new heroes to you. And because you are so scared to discuss your liberty, what type of Nigeria you want to be part of, whether you want your own country or not, the politicians know that if they allow you to have that conversation, majority of us are going to choose never to be part of Nigeria. Are you with me? So they know millions are scared of what will happen if Nigeria break up. So they decided to sell them the story of 2023. But look at it this way. What are they going to tell you now that they didn't tell you in 2015? Some of you were cursing your family, cursing your life. That if Bukwari did not win that election, your future is this, your future is that. Some of you became enemies with your brothers and sisters. You became sworn enemy to your own friends because of 2015. So what are they going to tell you again? In one of those times, when they took Bukwari to the Chatham House in London in 2014, remember? And the whole world was alerted that this man, a demented man, he gets a serious medical issue. If you should let this person become your president, now go they pay for his medical bill. Some of you stunned that to, now because you hate him, even if you bring stone, I will vote for that stone. Even if you bring pig, I will vote for that pig instead of me voting for Joe Lantern. When they were telling you that, what about Mrs. Remishonaya? Mrs. Remishonaya is not a flock of all these rogues and criminals. No, that one cannot do anything. Now, Bukwari we want. It was like you were on crack, high on drug. It was like codeine, opium, a very, very strong one. They use religion, they use tribe, they use everything. They like, if you don't agree that time, you are just an enemy. You are against God. Many people said God told them this, God told them that. He was everywhere. And people were swallowing it. Change. I say, which kind of change? Who go bring the change? Even if now stone, we go vote for him. But they told you this man is a lifeless, breathing mannequin. He is never going to be in any charge of anything. You are going to be led by all manner of crook that are going to take over that government. They said, now because you hate Buhari, go to hell. People have spoken. Now suicide mission. Shut up your mouth. Now because you hate Buhari. Hey, how can you hate your life so much that you are signing your death warrant? Shut up your mouth. All of us were you told to shut up that time. We are still talking. Some of you cannot even talk again. Some of you are even scared to come out now and say, even if na Ijapa, even na tortoise, they put beside APC, you go vote for tortoise now because some of you prefer stone to Joe Lantern. Then look at where the deadwood, the FEG, the breathing life, the lifeless mannequin. Look at where that one don't bring all of you now. Everybody don't learn how to do martial arts. Many people don't learn how to do Jackie Chan in their head. It's not that they are going to any training, but in their head, they're like, if I meet terrorists like this, and if Fulani terrorists come like this is how I'm just going to, you see? That's the change. So what are they going to tell you again about 2023 that should deceive you to now watch yourself completely? Imagine if you survive, even if you survive to 2023, With what you have been through, where so many people are now asking for certificates, that with what many of you have survived under this Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, Egbekegbe, that with what you have survived, they should issue you, if you die, last, any kind of sin, whether you believe in heaven or you don't believe in heaven, if you get there and they say, Baba, heaven day, hell day, that you should never be punished twice. So if you make it to 2023, you want to sign another death warrant, you want to sign that one for your children. Abba. Yesterday, some people were carrying the rumors that Tifnumbu don't buy. I know that Tifnumbu was out, like Bokwari. He was out to go and take his usual injection. In 2014, they told you, this man, this lifeless thing, will not go pay. And if to say then go collect money for waiting you go pay, waiting you they buy, it go better, or you go ask them, say, okay, you feel collect on credit, you know, say it go cost like this. If you know, say the change whether they sell them that time, if you know, say it go cost like this, you for don't join ESN since 2010. I'm telling you, they would have created ESN since 2010. We would have created Amotekun since 2010. Because somebody, prophet, would have probably tell us then that there will be some Al-Qaeda People's Congress that will come together from all parts of Nigeria, and they are going to sell a chain to everybody, and people go pay. And today, even if people bought it unwillingly, even if you no vote for change, even if you did everything within your power to stop change, you see, if the consequences of change that people have paid for today, if it was in a value of money, even if you don't get money, you will ask these people killing us now, and those promising to kill us. You will ask these people killing these young Igbos, young Biafrans, simply because they identify as IPOB. You will ask them, Baba, now how much now how much exactly be the sin for being part of this contraption when this change happen? Even if you no get money, you no go negotiate and say, make they pay on installments. But the price is more than money. It is supreme. We pay with our lives. Whether you voted for Bokwari, whether you did not vote for Bokwari, the fact that the system that produced Bokwari is still there. That system is the system that will continue to produce the likes of Bokwari, and the likes of Bokwari will continue to bring about poverty, unemployment, terrorism, more killings, and military killings. It is the system. You can fight Bokwari. We cannot say Bokwari, Bokwari. You remember that time when they say Bokwari don't go deaf and dumb? How many of you remember? Now people like us, they cash out his name. Because immediately change happened. You know what happened next? The killing started. First, Boko Haram, they relaxed. After 2015, they relaxed for a few months. The uniformed Boko Haram, the Nigerian military, they started killing. They killed over 1,000 people in Zaria, Kaduna State, in 2015, just 3 months after Bokwari took over power. By December, they have killed over 1,000 people. And they arrested El Zazaki since December 2015. They started killings. It is the system that produces Bokwari. With this change, that should go so that we can all see clearly where we all want to be. They started killing people immediately they came in. For what? To safeguard what? Protect who? Then, when they went for the Shiites, some of you felt like, well, I am not Shiite. It's a good thing. Maybe that is to teach them a very good lesson. Nobody, thank you so much for your super chat, by the way. I saw them, but I've got loads of comments jumping in right now that I couldn't really tap onto it, okay? Thank you very much for your super chat and your super sticker. Then the Boko Haram started afterward. And you know the story. Intentionally. And since then, we know where we are today. And the same characters are telling you, asking for the breakup of Nigeria is asking for too much. They didn't just do that. They met, according to the statistics, they met 13.5 million people officially unemployed. And in 6 years, they tripled that to over 40 million unemployed Nigerians, which means some of you had jobs before 2015. And in 2015, some of you don't have that jobs anymore. Some of you have relocated and ran away because Nigeria was about to kill you. You are watching my video right now from your new place that you relocated to 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, or even just recently, a year ago. In 2016, 2015, you probably never thought it would come to this. More people unemployed, more people in poverty, and the crook that made that happen are jumping up for 2023. How do you think you stand a chance to stop them just because you can vote in whose election? The one you have no say in who becomes their candidates, and the one some of you will willingly work to sabotage simply because as long as your interest is also protected, that is something you don't want to experiment with for another 4 years. How do you know you're going to last till that long? That is my worry. When people ask that let the people decide, ask yourself, why are they so scared to let the people decide? There are many ways people can be part of it. And one of them is us letting you know that you can be part of it. And that is, first, I love what Ninas did. What they did by officially declaring that the 1999 Constitution stopped being effective and nobody should honor or respect it anymore. I love that. When the citizens now says, we don't want the National Assembly, we don't want this, we don't want that anymore, we want a referendum, we don't want the next election, you stand no chance of stopping them. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody sweet talk you into it, okay? There is no chance for you. The system won't let it. And this is how. The person that will actually announce your election and the people that will protect those that will announce your election results, they are those who did it in 2015, did it in 2019, and they will do it again and again and again. What they are trying to have you do, if anybody is telling you that you should go and start mobilizing and register to vote, they either don't know what they are talking about or they are as confused as those who even brought Nigeria to this stage, because those who brought Nigeria to this stage, they've completely lost it. They are so confused right now. They don't have the solution. And the only thing they can tell you is, let's just all come together. They preach peace that they can't define. They tell you about unity that they can't explain. They just want you to agree. and then ignore all the injustices going on. Do you get what I mean now? So if anybody is asking you to go and register to vote, vote to elect who? To elect those who will go and do what? Change the constitution for you is a fraud. Everybody should be mobilizing now to demand for a new constitution. That's the beginning. It's not because they will accept it. Don't let me make you feel too comfortable. They won't accept it, okay? And when I say they, I'm talking about your Yoruba governor, your Igbo governor, your Igbo senator, your Igbo, what do you call it? Your Igbo traditional rulers, your Yoruba traditional ruler, your Ijo politicians, and many, many of them like that. They won't. They won't. A new referendum means a new beginning. And you see this generation who knows what we want. We will clearly define what we want out of it. Not them. Because even if they agree that, okay, let's have a chat. You know who they are going to call? They are going to appoint themselves. That is why those who are calling on Bokwari and calling on all these guys to do something, they don't know what they are talking about. There will be something that's going to happen. When they ask me, I say they won't give it up because they understand you taking charge means they handing off. And handing off means they have no say. That is something unacceptable to them. And you have to take it from them. You have to take it from them. They will push you. If you ask me how, they will push you into arriving at that, conclusion very soon. We are getting there, by the way. Taking it away from them means that a revolution that will uproot the entire military, the military industry, because that is where their power lies. The military in Nigeria and their pledges are not to Nigeria. Their pledges and their pledge is to those who are in power in Nigeria. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. The agenda is to keep Nigerians poor, continue to manage poverty, escalate it wherever possible, and continue to spread fear, terrorism that will keep people at bay. All of these are kept under control by the military industry. A revolution will destroy all of that. Once the military that they believe is centralized is completely decentralized, when the military is decentralized, the breaking up of Nigeria will be easier than you can ever imagine. Somebody said that is so easier said than done. Don't worry. Do not forget what I said. Nigeria will push you to that conclusion very soon. Take, for instance, people who told you that the reason why you had that calamity back then was because the righteous people are not in power. But today, they are now telling you that you are the cause of your insecurity. You see those governors that you have in southern Nigeria, don't pretend that you don't know that they are in bed with the structure Nigeria, because that is where they have their own security from. And when I talk about security, it is not security of guns and all of that. It is the financial security that they will secure. I mean, financial security, something that can make them live any new life in any other part, in any part of the world, if Nigeria should break up. But in keeping their own end of the bargain, they have to continue to support the system that killed their people and deny them the right to be involved in how they are governed, how they are ruled. Because if the people are allowed to decide that, most of these criminals, these usurpers, these scavengers and scroungers, these opportunists that present themselves as southern leaders, political, religious, and the rest of them, they will stand no chance. Trust me, they will stand no chance. And they know it. To keep the system that subjugates, undermine your freedom, your right to decide for what is right for you. I mean, not them deciding for you. So in order to continue to subjugate you, they have to continue to be part of the system. So they will have to go. That's where I'm coming from. The revolution that is going to kick them out is going to be spontaneous, right? I learned the word spontaneous the moment I was reading about revolution and people's reactions to tyranny, dictatorship, and people's reaction to being enslaved for too long. When the people's power come to effect, people in power, they will scamper for safety. I was reading about that, and they're spontaneous. spontaneous, something sudden. It's not sudden, it's not circumstantial, because what will take over the system that will take over and destroy this hegemony of criminals, who have balkanized us, but they are so scared to make it official. Whatever will get rid of them will be spontaneous, but it is not going to be circumstantial. It is not going to be any surprise. The factors, the pointers are there now. I am only asking you to pay attention. Once you know how a victim you are, you will begin to see the Biafrans asking for their own country as the legitimate thing to ask for. And to make it easier on everyone, it is the best thing. It is the right thing to have the conversation now, not by some rent seekers, freeloaders, who call themselves opinion leaders, religious leaders, and all manner of other useless titles they give to themselves in the name of appealing to your mind. They shouldn't make it impossible to have that conversation. And that conversation should involve the people who want to part ways, not these freeloaders. You know them. They can suddenly turn around and say they support Biafra. You know them. They can turn around again and say they support Oduduwa Republic. We know them. We know where they belong to. They should never be in any position to discuss this. And when they say don't talk about it, is when we are going to continue to talk about it. You see, how do you keep people in poverty and continue to promise them prosperity? How do you keep people in bondage in a terrorized country and you tell them they can't defend themselves? How do you criminalize self-defense in a society and you expect that to last longer? How do you really think telling people to keep short, arresting them, shutting down platforms where they express themselves, and all of this limitation on free speech, how in hell do you think it's going to stop them from talking? How? Of course, it's going to escalate it. Look around you. How many more people are talking about the possibility of having a Biafra in their lifetime? Look around you. How many more people are talking about having Oduduwa Republic in their own lifetime, despite the clamp down on the Biafrans? Look around you. The use of force, violence, intimidation, and terrorism, arrest, and this all manner of extrajudicial killing will only make it even get worse and make it come quick. Look at me very well. Every day that Nigeria unleashed terrorism, unleashed terror on the people asking to have this conversation. Let's have this conversation. Let the people decide. Do you want to be part of Nigeria? Do you want to have your own country? It is a legitimate conversation we should have, and nobody should be killed for it. Tell me I'm screaming. Tell me I'm shouting. Tell me all this is just noise. But that means you are not paying attention. You are not. Every day that you as a jobless person, you as somebody who lost your family members into the cold hands of terrorists, you who have become a victim of kidnapping, those of you who can no longer do your businesses the way you used to do, your legitimate businesses, simply because you are now trying to save your head after the experiences you've had in the hand of those who have asked you to choose between your life or your property, to choose between your life or your land, to choose between your life or whatever you hold dear. How long do you really think it's going to hold people's back? They won't hold back. The more you unleash the terror, the more people convert. You see, those who have no jobs, very soon, majority of them will know that it is not prayers that will give them job. The reason why they don't have the job is because they are living in a country that is completely rudderless. A joke of a country who has no plan for them, no miracle, will suddenly create jobs in a country where terrorists hold sway. I mean, it is a common sense thing. No amount of vigil, no amount of fasting and prayer would deceive somebody who knows that for a government to fail to build hospitals, for a government to fail to protect farmers, for a government to fail to pay doctors, for a government that fail to fund education, one day they will have a ruined system whereby only prayers won't save them, but those who brought this upon them should pay the supreme price at that time. That moment is coming. Call this ranting, call this shouting, but you are not paying attention. That is the problem. The more Nigeria pretend that they can fake it, the more will help them fuck it. Trust me. And if you don't know that they are running out of time, they are running out of ideas, they are running out of options, and the spontaneous, I don't want to try and manage and create another word for that spontaneous, but I'm going to play around with it sometimes. But the spontaneity of the spontaneous upsurge of the revolution that we ask everybody to leave is so close that you will not be able to tell them that village people is behind their situation. And when you can no longer tell them village people is behind their situation, and they realize that the reason why they are what they are is simply because of the consequences of the criminals who are using them to feather their own nest, then the game will be over. So the people who are running out of time are the terrorists in power. And let me put it this way. Once an average person knows that there is no God punishing Nigeria, it was your politicians who invited terrorists to Nigeria, and they are now asking you to give them land or you die. Now today we are discussing cows when we should be discussing how probably the Yoruba children, the Nigerian children, so to say, from the north, from the south, how they will be becoming enough competitive, the best, not just in Africa, but in the whole world, competitive enough that, yes, real standard of education will be built in order to secure their future. But we are discussing about cows today. When they asked Bokwari about you, the young people who have no job, he said, you should behave yourself. You are living in hell. You just have no idea. How? What they told you about hell. Then, how you have an idea of what it should look like. You have no idea of what it feels like because you are already living in one. Are you with me? They brought terrorists. That's the genesis. Don't let them mix it up for you. You see, there is a saying in Nigeria that only the Nigerian politicians, there are only politicians who scam. They will scam pastor. They will scam imam. They will scam afa. They will scam babalawo. They will scam witches, wizard. They will scam cultists. They will scam. They will even scam Boko Haram, scam bandits, scam everybody. You know why? Because there is a definition of what is who is a politician. And when everybody asks you that who is a politician is somebody who look for a problem. If there is none, he will create one. Then he will offer himself to solve that problem. Then in the process of solving that problem he created, he will create more so that he can have more. He will need more time to solve the problem. Okay? Only politicians, have you not noticed? They are the only people that will come to a gathering. Or politicians will walk into the den of terrorists and say, you see, listen, you have gone, you have everything, okay? If you support me, I want you to bomb and kill people here. When I come to power, I will give you land. I will build schools for your children. I will give you money. I will give you this anywhere you want. You can go. He knows he's lying to a killer. And that killer can kill him. But he doesn't care. Only a politician in Nigeria will walk straight into Babalawo's house and look Babalawo straight into the face and say, my intention is to help my people. And then They will then begin to talk about how they are probably going to use human being, use that, use this and that. And he will leave that shrine. And he knows that it's just my babalawo. If he's with if that babalawo, if he becomes that powerful, if that babalawo say nonsense, they will arrest him, arrest the gods. Only politician in Nigeria, they will walk straight to the altar in a church where you have the Baba Gio, Mama Gio, Omo Gio, and the cousin Gio, everybody there with Holy Spirit down. Politician will walk in. He knows he's going there to lie. He doesn't care if that God will strike and kill him there. And he will still grab the microphone. Meanwhile, he's coming on his way from his Babalawo's house. And he will still grab the microphone and still shout, let somebody shout hallelujah. Say, hallelujah. Brethren, I want you to open the book from Maiyegun chapter 6 and then verse 7. Joseph or Politico. They'll say, oh, I love this man. Oh, aye. Then if it's somebody who is like Chris Okotie, who can sing, say, I'm not mocking your religion, so don't take it personal, because you have seen this many times. Don't pretend that you haven't. He's only a politician that will walk in. And he doesn't care about Holy Spirit. He doesn't care about any spirit. He's coming there to do his business. And his business is to win your soul through what you love, God. And then he will walk out of that building and he will go out there and sign the check, the contracts that will deny your children good education, that will deny you good hospitals, that will deny a business, a working environment for business. And the next Thanksgiving Day, he will bring his family to church. They say, is God not great? Look at the first family. Look at the governor and the first lady and their beautiful family. After their busy schedule, they still have time for God. Let somebody shout hallelujah. And everyone say, Jesus, like that. You know, something like, or that. Or that. Religious blackmail. So if I told you that they are the people that will tell terrorists to come in, they don't have any plan, no plan. They scam terrorists, scam witch, scam wizard. You will see women. Women will come to them and say, we'll be witch. We'll be witch from the 7 planets. And we control this whole world. We want to give you this power. You are going to be the next president. But you are going to promise us that you are going to, you know, old women. And they'll pull everything. They say, the witches from the 7 planets, they came, they blessed me. They said I'm going to be the next governor of this state. Last, Mama old witch. When Mama need medical help. When Mama need food. She dey inside the village. She can't access a good medical care. She can't get proper care as an old woman. Last, people in the village, that the system have also destroyed them. Some of them return to the village after some years in the city. When Nigeria happened to them, they return back to the village. And they have already told them in their local church, or the local Babalawo or Dibia, that the reason why he got now that woman, now you see that woman where they live next to that small house where they next to that palm tree. Now that woman, now they killed the destiny of people for this village. She don't take there. She be 92 years old. She no greed die. She be devil. She no get picking. Everyone don't run away from her. Now that woman, they kill destiny. Anybody who want to do better for this country, go die. Road accident. Or all of a sudden, heart attack. Some people will not die. You return them to this village. Then you be looking at her and be like, my God will fight for me. You this evil woman.
my God, the God that I serve passionately, Holy Spirit and God, and they will fight for me. You will be destroyed with your power, with your evil power. See how Nigeria can condition you to that? Do you see? The economy is ruined. Everywhere is scattered. The Nigeria don't pursue you. Go back to your village. Now that woman, that they call witch, whenever she is sick, she can't get real help because there's no local clinic to take care of her. If she needs any attention for anything, if she needs any supply, because they have told everybody that the reason why everybody waited this village don't get money, they will say the reason why the people in this village don't have anything is because the thieves that they called God sent, our leader. Thank God for Otumba. Otumba tried for us in this village. If not for Otumba, is Ogo Ilua. This Otumba, this woman is Ogo Ilua, former commissioner. She was a former commissioner for education. If not because of her, so many of our people will not get job. Some of them are now working in the Ministry of Education. They don't do anything there. If not because of her, Ogo Ilua. May they no kill her for us. So. And you know all the witches for the village will say, we are protecting you, we're providing for you. But last, Babalawo, pastor, imam, witch, a wizard, everybody, when you need medical care, you ask for it, Abi, it will not be there. So who they scam everybody? Politicians. And every 4 years they come back. It's so bad that they scam even the witches, the wizards. They scam everybody every 4 years. Then everybody will then go back and say, you will see us. Oti share ye. Promise aye, shefa ye. You promise aye, you didn't do it. We will show you. Baba, why are ye no they see well that the system is rotten? If you break it down, break it up, you will be able to build a better one. You see? Somebody said it better. Don't think it can happen. Don't.
The prediction some years ago that Nigeria would become a failed state has actually come to pass. Some of the indices of a failed state are when non-state actors possess equal or stronger or more potent power than a legitimately constituted government, power of violence, instruments of coercion and violence, as we are saying now. And let us not always be saying Nigeria is indivisible, it is indissoluble. It's not a textbook definition. Indissolubility and indivisibility can only be brought about when you nurture unity, mutual respect, egalitarianism. It is already divided because every geopolitical zone is already going according to its own details. There is no cohesion. There is no leadership. Can't you see that Nigeria is hemorrhaging? Can't you see that we are bleeding? Can't you see that we are on a journey to no destination? Can't you see that the president should wake up from his self-imposed cocoon and hibernation and seize the reins of power and save Nigeria from what remains of ourselves, self-implosion, self-immolation? Can't you see that we are tottering, we are wobbling, we are groggy? Can't you see that we are falling apart? Can't you see that we needed, as yesterday, to do something urgent to save Nigeria from the precipice, from breaking up into smithereens? Can't you see that the house is collapsing, that the edifice is collapsing? Can't everybody see it? Even if you are blind, can't you feel it? Even if you are blind and you can't feel it, are you numb?
Are you? Are you numb that you can't feel it or see it? Now, the purpose of the broadcast tonight is just to let you know that if you are yet to see it, if you are yet to agree with it, yes, we understand your possible dilemma. However, you wishing it away, thinking something is going to happen, preparing for 2023, that would be your worst decision again. If you ever join them, don't be deceived by it. You see, people are asking, they said they want electoral reform. Okay? I haven't even read what is in that electoral reform request. However, they said the electoral reform will allow fairer election so that your vote can count, which is impossible anyway, right? Now, that electoral reform has become a bulwark, something a bulwark, like a bull you are trying to push through the entrance door. It has become such a joke that it doesn't really matter to the crook who found themselves there in the National Assembly. They won't do it. And whenever they are eventually going to do it for you, they will water it down to their own level just to, to F up the whole thing, right? My question is, why do you want to keep putting yourself in such a situation? I'm going to take a quick drink break. I want to take a few calls before I go tonight, but I'll take a drink break and I will be back and we will continue.
The proximity of our state to and the only neighbor to Lagos, the fifth largest economy on the continent, is an advantage that we are committed to harness. Something is wrong there. Something is wrong there.
The proximity of our state to.
The proximity of our state to and the only neighbor.
Lagos State.
No, that sentence is wrong.
To the only.
To our only neighbor.
Lagos State. Yes. The proximity of our state to our only. To Lagos. To Lagos. To Lagos. To Lagos. To Lagos.
Yes, that sentence.
To Lagos State. To Lagos State. The fifth largest.
Okay.
Camera rolling. 4, 3, 2.
The proximity of our state to Lagos State, the fifth largest economy on the continent, is an advantage that we are committed to harness to the mutual benefits of our two states. Is that correct?
Four. It should be 4. For the mutual benefits of our two states.
Information. I thought you guys read this, Okay, is that?
Sorry about that. That is the governor of Ogun State, Dubious Dapo Abiodun. They said he was correcting the speech written by his own speech writers. Shebi, say Nigeria is a place whereby when an embarrassment hits you, sometimes you can feel like you just need something or somebody to blame, okay? In a working world, right? Number one, before they get to a stage where they are doing camera rolling, you must have dictated your speech or content that will be the body of your speech as a public official, right? Mm-hmm. Now, probably he didn't do that. They always write them for him, then he will just read, make promises, blah, 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 blah. Something that one clown sitting in one room in their office there, the speech that one put together, 1,000 jobs, 20,000 people, blah, 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 nonsense, Rabbi. Now, they went to recording and they said, hey, he's correcting them. The joke is on you. Because all of us know, no be today. And even the guy, he don't take.
Wole is from there, Nobel laureate, President Obasanjo still living from there. MKO is from there. And a host of others. So we have a very educated electorate.
And maybe that's the reason why some of the electorates are very critical about your education background. There's been a lot of issues about your certificates. Are you worried about that?
Well,
But did you finish from University of Ife?
I never claimed to have finished from University of Ife. I went to school, University of Ife, but I didn't graduate University of Ife. I do have a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in accounting. And I would like to stop at that.
Jesus. Your business administration degree, is it from Nigeria or from the United States?
This matter is in court.
No, because it will be good for a lot of the electors, millions of them who are watching right now, who want to get clarity.
Yeah.
I mean, you owe that to the electorate, isn't it? I
do. And the electorate know that I went to school. They know that I went to school. They know that I went to school, and I have not misrepresented to anyone about my degrees.
What was your conversation? What did the president tell you on Friday? Is it confidential? It's taking you a lot of time.
No, I'm trying to be, because I
don't want to divulge what he told you.
I'm not sure that discussion between the president and I is meant to be discussed on channels, politics.
Anyway, it's just to let you know that some of us know. Okay, me, I can sit down here and I can talk for the next 1 hour without looking at anything. So if I tabon, if you think I've blown any grammatical blunder and all of that, I the whole now with my chest. Do you get that now? If you say, Maiyegun, that thing where you just said is grammatically wrong, now your business. I the whole my own talk. If them born any Oyibo man well, it should speak a Yoruba for 2 hours uninterrupted. If you can sit back and watch and listen to him or her. But you see these jokers, these clowns, they always want to present themselves. I went to Harvard. I graduated with economics degree in the science and blah, blah, blah nonsense. They don't know how to create wealth because everything they have was stolen, given to them through the system. They are rig and reap from the poor to feed and house the rich. Crook, rather, they call themselves rich people. Okay? So that is why when you see them bragging, did you know who you are talking to? I'm like, who am I talking to? Abraham Lincoln, the dead one or alive? Who are you? Engineer this, engineer that. Supervisor in a Chinese company, Chinese construction company. Super engineer this, engineer that. Do you know who you are talking to? Doctor this, doctor that. Doctors, see, don't even take me there. Because you know why? They love the title. You know who you are talking to? I'm the governor of the state. Governor of the state. Oh, really? I am a billionaire before I became governor. Oh, really? Where is your company? What did you invent? What did you create? Billionaires without invention. Billionaires without addresses. They created nothing, right? But they love bragging because they are so empty. Ask, how can you be in the middle of abundance and then you are managing poverty? You are living in a place where people live like they are coming out of a civil war. A place that just came out of war. A war-torn place. Come on, guys. We know you. I live in America for 15 years. That's why you have created your own ghetto called the state capital after you became governor. We know them. Okay? They may brag, they may be whatever they want to claim to be and all of that, but these guys are empty. And the only environment that you can see that crop of animals, those crop of animals, right? The only place you can find them is a place like Nigeria. A society that welcomes people like that is the society they belong to. That society is where you are living. The society that will produce animals like that, the criminals, freeloaders, opportunists. You elevate them to a position of people of integrity. How do you expect thieves, killers, ethnic jingoists to suddenly change when you give them more money, more power? It doesn't work that way. So you think, say, because you drop you drop a rat inside grain, it will say you go overfed and overfeed and overfeed, and then maybe it will get tired and jump out. These guys they have been eating it. They are defecating. See, they are defecating inside that food. They've destroyed everything. Take it away from them. Make it easier on yourselves. So I'm going to open my line now. So to my friends who are on, okay? So you can phone in, make your own contribution. I hope I managed to tell you tonight why you are involved, okay? There are many ways you are a victim. That you are not living in Nigeria do not spare you. Don't think because you are not living in Nigeria, you are spared. Look at this. Look at the data. The statistics shows that we are now sending more money to Nigeria than ever before. You know why? More people are now poorer in Nigeria. Okay, even if everybody is pretending to be okay, trust me, you know it, and you can tell, that you are living far away from Nigeria, but your mind is here. The other day they told me that the Fulani terrorists, they were trying to cross from one part of Odogbolu to the other part of Odogbolu. So people of Odogbolu are trying to stop them. And I'm like, God. You know what I mean now? African Wahala. Thank you, Baba. Do you know who I am? I want weary. Greetings, brother. Thank you very much, okay? So we need more people to know that if you are a victim of a system that is rigged against you, sorry, give me a sec. I'll get you on now. I have somebody on the phone. Just a moment. So if you have a country that is ready to cast you and get you killed, the right thing for you is just to have your own way out. And nobody should define that for you by any means. I mean, nobody should. My own opinion anyway. So, guys, give me a moment. I'm trying to get somebody on. And let's see. Yeah, I think I have him. Let's hope that works. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
No, I'm on the phone. Hey, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm really good.
I don't know why your name just escaped my mind. The way you are laughing makes me remember that it's you, right? So,
yeah,
from New York. What's your name again?
This Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Sorry,
God bless you. You're my first caller then. So you're live.
Yeah, really, I don't really have anything to say. I've been listening to you. I was just laughing like... I just don't hear the laugh. Say, God, you can't handle with this. They go scam of Allah, they go scam that one, scam this one.
Is it a lie? Ahmed, you can dispute that now, please. People are listening. Do you really think that's a lie, or it's not so straightforward, or it's so real that you started laughing? Why is it so real, so true?
You see, as you say it, right? It's just exactly. I'm just looking at it like. As the way they happen, as soon as you just talk and say, God, which guy is speaking with this story people don't feel understand for God's sake. Like people can see, people are so blind. People are so blind. I don't know what's wrong with people. Like, can't you see these people? For how many years will they keep on telling you the same story every day? Same story. They don't have anything tangible to bring to you guys, but you keep on being like, okay, let's wait next election. Next election, but what to buy again? And the most funny, God, I can't say anything. It's not funny, you know. I can't say anything.
Thanks, Ahmed. So you see, we'll continue saying it. It's not because they are agreeing with us right away, okay? But we're just going to let you continue to reason and be like, man, I never thought it that way, Sha. Hello.
Hello, this is Osita.
Osita, my brother. She make a read the caveat to you before we go on. Because you know you are somebody that doesn't stop. You go on and on, all right, Osita. So you're live. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the great, I'll call you the bishop of our time. Because you try to educate the uneducated and inform the and inform the misinformed and the uninformed. I will tell you, thank you, my brother, because the topic tonight is something that is mind blowing. Because the age range of the people you're talking to, right, is that you're addressing, they are the ones that their parents, I would say their parents, they give them folk tales. They still tend to align to the fear and the biased mind of their parents. they tend to listen to their parents. Is what their parents tells them, that is what they are aligned to, without making proper verification on what on what is obtainable right now. So, like I said, there was a day I was discussing with you on this program, and I said it's half time you have to detach that sentimental ideology of the people before us or our parents, because they will come and they will tell you, that the Igbo man is like this. They will tell you that the Yoruba man is like this. They will give the Igbo man a name. The Igbo man will give a Yoruba man a name, and they tend to divide.
That's what they do.
They tend to divide the southern part of Nigeria. I remember when this Boko Haram guy called when he came on in 1983-85. The first thing he did, like you said, was to make sure that they destabilize the education system of the South. He came in and brought in a lot of programs. Because then I was in primary school, I remember we eat in school. Our textbooks were given to us free of charge without our parents paying any money. He destroyed all those programs, and the next thing he said that because everybody in the zoo Nigeria it's not everybody that is benefiting from it. Invariably, what he was trying to tell you that the Northerners,
they are not benefiting from it.
They are not benefiting from it. So that's the reason that this whole program that is capital intensive, that they have to break it up.
Stop it.
And they succeeded in doing that. Subsequent junta came in. They didn't repair all those things.
No.
The politicians came in. They left it like that because they make more money from it. Because they siphon money and open up their private universities and all that. You live in the United Kingdom. I lived in the United Kingdom for like 5 years plus. The public schools there are far better than the private schools there. You can't compare. So that's what they did. They made education affordable only for their own children. And at the end of this day, like what you've just said, it is still the same thing that the children learned from their dad, that the children was going to put up when they become leaders, because that's right. They use their offspring, their children, their relatives to replace themselves whenever they are no longer there. The evil continues.
That's right.
So I tell people, so I tell people, detach yourself. Try to give yourself even a self-orientation of a kind of education that when tomorrow, Sunumbu or any whatever they are, the cabals as they call themselves now, they are happy to call themselves cabal. Whenever they come to you with their money and buy you guns to carry ballot box, you know, because of that education you have, you know that is wrong. But I thank God, with programs like your program, a lot of people have been watching. A lot of, I wouldn't say people are fanatical. This is not fanatical. It's that people are educated, reoriented. They are now finding out, because you will look at some interviews that is done in Lagos during that end-start period. Even some people who were talking, I don't want to call people area boys, but those so-called people that are area boys, they are the ones even talking down on the ideology of Tinubu.
That's right.
So
we get in there, Osita. Thank you very much, Osita, to manage our time again. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution again. You have a good one, sir.
Yeah.
So I have another caller because of our time. We are almost done now. So hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. Your name?
How are you doing, my brother?
I am
my name is Deji from Boston.
Deji from Boston. Is that right?
Yes.
Fantastic, sir. Now you are live, DJ.
Yeah. My first time calling. I really appreciate what you're doing, man. It's just a very, very high job you're doing, and I'm doing the best, you know. We have very same concern about the contraction for Nigeria. And I will say the way this the Fulani coming in every day into the Yoruba land is very, very alarming. And they're very concerning because I think they have a bigger mission to disrupt any referendum coming up if we get in there. They have a huge mission. Like Bob Marley will tell, the people that want to make our land worse, they're not taking a break. These guys are not taking a break. They're coming in every day, and then we need to wake up. And you and the rest of the people, AY, all the agitators on the radio, you guys are doing a fantastic job. And we need to educate our people in Yoruba land.
That's right.
They should not take a break because these guys are not taking a day off. They come in every day. And God will continue to bless you, and we continue to get our support.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Sure.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
So you have a good one, okay?
Yeah.
Let me take another call. Hello. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, great. Your name?
This is Paul. My name is Paul.
Oh, Paul, how are you?
I'm fine, Maiyegun. And how are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. How's the family, by the way?
The family is fine. Everything's fine.
Now, you're live.
First of all, I want to thank you again for dishing out another wonderful session.
Thank you.
Another wonderful point of really opening people's eyes. But I just want to quickly correct an impression about one of my brothers that called earlier.
Okay.
You see, social conditioning does not give rise for like a back door. What I mean by back door is that for you to now realize what is happening. So you shouldn't just feel we are just making fun of those that are there. Some of them, you see, this conditioning has happened to many of us, and it happened years and years and years and years, over and over and over again. So it takes time to recover. So it shouldn't be a point where you feel that they are doing these things to you and you people cannot see. You see, Nigerians trapped in that open concentration camp are people that can see, but they are blind. But thank God for a catalyst like Buhari. Buhari is like a catalyst now. He's now helping enforce that eye opener for them, that eye opener for people, because more and more people can see. The reason why we abroad, those outside the country, can see better is that we don't have to pray for light, We don't have to pray for good roads. We don't have to pray for health care. We don't have to pray for job. You see, if you want a job, you apply, you get a job.
That's right.
It's very straightforward. You don't have to pray for it. That is why most of us outside the country is like we see more than those in Nigeria. Let's not forget that these people also control the media. So even what they assimilate, what they digest as news is being coordinated, is being strategized for them not to understand what is going on.
Which is
so let us not let us not make fun of those still trapped there. Let us just continue working. That is why I keep emphasizing to my brothers and sisters that please don't just let it be Maiyegun talking. Many of us have friends that are still in Nigeria. Many of us have families that are still in Nigeria. Whatever you learn from Maiyegun tonight or from any other of his videos, also relate to your family, relate to your parents, relate to your cousins. Let everyone become a Maiyegun so that the message can spread faster and stronger. Let me let others have the opportunity.
Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to take just one more, which will be my last call. So, Paul, take care, okay?
Yeah.
So, let's see if I get that connected. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Uncle Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening and good afternoon from here.
Good afternoon to you. So, your name?
Yes. This is me, Ayomiku, calling from California.
Ayomiku from California. So, bro, you are live
yes,
now. You are my last caller, by the way. So, use the time well. We've come to the end.
Oh, thank you very much. I was listening to your program, and everything you were saying is absolutely correct. You know, everything you were saying about all these politicians in Nigeria, and I just shake my head anytime I watch them on TV or I watch them on YouTube or Facebook, and I just see how they present, like the way they even present themselves on national TV. Like, I just wonder, like, are they human beings living in Nigeria at all? Like, how can a whole minister or a whole governor can be, like, you know, presenting something like they will be cracking their voices as if they are talking to a lady, or they're having fun in you know, like they acting like. I was watching channels television this morning with the show by Maiyegun General, and they invited Rotimi Amechi, a whole minister of transportation. They asked Rotimi Amechi that why is the train that they constructed that they installed in Lagos, between Lagos and Ibadan, like why is the train running 150 miles per hour? Rotimi Amechi was telling Maiyegun General and the entire Nigeria watching him at that moment. Rotimi Amechi was saying that it was because there are people selling their markets on the tracks, at the side of the tracks, and they don't want the train. They don't want the train to run into people. They don't want, but they will build some fence from a Butemeta to. And I was just wondering, like,
which they will never build, by the way, because like, if that was part of the plan, if that was part of the plan, why have they not built it yet, or why are they not building it yet? Go on.
Exactly, and I was watching the TV, and I was just like, in my little room, I was just like, can I just get it? Can I go into this TV and just slap the living hell out of this man? Like, what do you mean? Like, New York City and Lagos. New York City is 20,000 times more populated than Lagos. Nobody is falling into no tracks. The train is running. There's signs everywhere. It's just put up a sign that high tension voltage.
Honestly,
do not cross. Like, come on, he's talking as if he's having a conversation with a bunch of animals. Like, nobody can question him or something. And they asked him again, like, okay, if they want to buy a ticket to access this train, what website would they go? Can you believe, like, a whole minister of transportation did not even know the website that they can get a ticket from? Like, so Nigeria is just a joke. There is none. Nigeria is just a pure joke. Like, anybody that says Nigeria is a country, I don't know what to tell that that person is not a human being. Anybody that still believes in one Nigeria, I don't know what to tell that person. If you can ask a whole minister of transportation that what is the website to get a ticket to board a train, and a whole minister of transportation did not know the website, something that in this United States that we have, if you ask a 5-year-old boy that what is the website to the hospital in your neighborhood, he will tell you the name of the website to the hospital in that neighborhood. Even though if you did not get all the names right, it will still give you like something that you can type on Google.
Exactly what you're asking, of course.
An idea of something exactly, and the whole minister did not even have no idea of what he's talking about. He said, they are waiting for China to finish the software before they announce it to the entire Nigeria. And I said, what?
Software for website.
How did you become a minister? Okay. Like, but it is Nigeria's problem is getting worse. Like, it's like,
you know, the worst part, Ayomiku, you know, the worst part is that some people will tell you, let us even thank them. They give them train. Somebody else can build defense later, like, which is right. Yeah. Exactly. But you see, the part I wanted you to actually touch was that a train, if you are driving to Lagos, from Lagos to Ibadan, Lagos to Ibadan Expressway, as worse as the road is, you spend there 1 hour, 20 minutes. But that train that is Igidadru or straight, now 4 hours.
Yes, exactly.
Lagos to Ibadan.
I mean, he said it too. he said it too. He said the train is going to take at least 2 hours and 30 minutes before you get to Ibadan. And I was wondering, like, so what is the essence of me getting into the train when I can just drive
just for sightseeing
and get to Ibadan?
Just
you know,
sightseeing.
like it's just. It is bad, and it is bad. And look at now, World Bank counter Buhari and said since Buhari has plunged at more 7 million Nigerians into extreme poverty. But Buhari did not say, he did not utter a word because he knows that it is the World Bank. That's where he always borrow money from. He did not utter a statement. But Twitter, he quickly banned it because he knows that there's nothing Twitter can offer him. But as soon as World Bank, he said something and World Bank counter him back. Buhari did not utter a word. There is no, channels did not say anything about it.
It's a shame.
BBC Nigeria or whatever, they didn't say nothing about it.
Yoruba.
And I was wondering, like, I'm waiting for that TV station. In Nigeria that will say something about that World Bank countering Buhari back, that Buhari has plunged 7 million people into extreme poverty. Nobody did not say anything. No, that's the joke. That is the joke Nigeria has gone through.
And you know, the other thing there is this, Ayobekun, as we wrap it up here, is that when we talk about these figures, poverty, 7 million people into poverty, this or that, we are actually talking about ourselves too, because you will see Yorubas in that basket. You will see the Igbos in that basket. You will see outside in the basket. You see everybody from everywhere in that basket of this poverty they just created.
It is everybody from every tribe. It is everybody from every tribe. This is not even about Fulani issue or anything.
Do you get that?
It is everybody. It is everybody that is gonna, like, that's why I'm saying, like, everything that every noise or message that everybody are passing right now to disintegrate that country, it is completely welcomed by me. It is completely welcome. Revolution now.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. Something that will make them start. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Very much. It's a pleasure talking to you, okay? I hope I'm lucky next time to have you, okay?
Yes,
you have a good one over there, Baba. Have a good one. So, thank you so much, everyone who took time out to watch this program tonight. It seems to be like an impromptu one, but we needed it, okay? We needed to continue to talk to people, to let them understand that even if Nigeria makes you think there's no alternative, right? You should never deny yourself one, because you are programmed to think there is none. If you dare ask for anything better, you might have to be killed for it. No, they have the capacity to kill, but they can't kill the vision that you are likely going to birth if you join others. Some people have already birthed this vision, right? Those who told you have no alternative, they know what they did. You shouldn't continue to let them dictate it. Election is good, but not in Nigeria. Not when the terrorists in charge are those who are going to conduct it. Not when the system that put that election together is already faulty. Sabotage that you are powerless to challenge it is so bad and terrible that 4 years outbreak every now and then. It's not something that anybody should feel so comfortable with. 4 years is a long time in somebody's life. And if you don't know about that, ask those that were given birth to in 1999. They are 21 years today. In the bracket of those, the poverty capital, in the bracket of those, 7 million plunged into poverty now, unemployed and all of that, they fall into this category. And this is the word they know. That is to tell you that a decision not taken is as bad as a wrong decision taken. This decision of choosing something for yourself, something you can identify with, something they can't just hand to you. You have to take. It starts from your mind. If you're still growing about one Nigeria, good luck to you. If you make it to that 2023, you will come back to know that the only truth you would ever hear are those who tell you that you're wasting your time. Not when those who brought this upon you are the same people telling you they can get you out. They can't. They won't. And you may never live to tell this story. To my friends from Biafra, to my friends from Oduduwa Republic, to everybody all over the world who have keyed into demanding for something better, demanding for that conversation to be had, every person that is spending their time, resources to ensure that this keep going and going until more people are agreed that it is time to do it and get rid of these rogues and criminals. Pick a country, choose a country, and build a country that actually works for you. The one, you.
have a say in. Don't let anybody tell you it's impossible because they haven't tried. So they don't want you to. Let's team up and make it happen. To every of my friends, thank you. And to my friends on YouTube, before you leave, remember, give me that thumb up before you go. I'm off tomorrow. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, please, maybe I should say this, yeah? You can just use the thumb, the bottom, thumb at the top and the bottom, all right? Anyway, good night. And you have a good evening, okay? Bye-bye.
Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀